Hello, beautiful people. It's Dr. Stephanie. Let's talk about rising from the ashes. Rising from the ashes is a metaphor from Greek mythology about a bird, the phoenix, that was consumed by fire but was reborn from its own ashes. And when it was reborn, it was transformed. Can you think of an area in your life where you had to die? You know, it could be that your ego had to die. It could be that a certain personality trait had to die. It could be that certain behaviors had to die because you were not going to be able to be and show up as who you needed to be in this season of life unless those parts of yourselves died. And once that area died, you were able to be reborn anew. You know, if you're a Christian, this language, reminds you of it reminds you of the resurrection of Jesus, but also reminds you of your own act of being saved. If you consider yourself saved, you are reborn anew, a new creature, a new person. But the old must die first. And right now, I feel like this metaphor is so appropriate because there's so many things around us that are dying. Things that we believed would last forever. Whether that's in our personal life, relationships that we believe would last forever that are dying, whether that's a relationship with a friend or a marriage, jobs that we believe would last forever that have gone away and disappeared and died. These things that we thought would be here forever, systems and structures that we thought were here to protect us and would be here forever, are dying on the vine. And as these things die, there's an opportunity for transformation and rebirth from the ashes. And that gets me a little bit excited because whenever there's transformation, that means we get to evolve, we get to have an awakening. And I feel like I'm having a spiritual awakening, that a lot of things that I have read and studied in the Bible and a lot of things that I have heard from other teachers, maybe even not from the Christian faith, are starting to become a lot clearer to me. I feel this sense of an awakening. And that's exciting, but it's also a little bit overwhelming because it's new territory. And when we go through this process of awakening and transformation, becoming a new person in certain areas of our life, awakening to things that we have forgotten or things that we never knew, that we're learning and we're evolving, there's opportunity to create things that have never existed before. So I'm asking myself, what do I want to create with this opportunity of rebirth? What do I want to see rise from these ashes? And what do I want to stay buried, right? After being burned in a fire and having something die, you definitely do not want to recreate the same thing that died in a different flavor or a different version or a different color. We want that thing to stay dead. We want to rebirth something new, something evolved. So just wanted to share a couple of pointers about the rebirth and not staying in the fire and the ashes too long before we rise, right? You know, there's a period of time where we're being purified in the fire and in the ashes, and then it's time to rise. And now is your time. So if you were uncertain when it was time to rise from those ashes, I am giving you the go-ahead. It's time to rise. And it's time to take your place. You know, some of us suffer from what we call imposter syndrome. I'm letting you know right now, it's not real. Yes, you deserve to be there. Yes, you can rise to that level. Yes, you can have those things that have been shown to you. And it's time to rise from the ashes of insecurity. It's time to rise from the ashes of disbelief. It's time to rise from the ashes of thinking that they know better than you do. It's time to rise from the ashes of unworthiness. It's time to rise from the ashes of shame. It's time to rise from the ashes of guilt, even mom guilt. It's time to rise from those ashes because we are needed. We are needed in this new reality. We are needed with our compassion, our vulnerability, our ability to see clearly. All of those gifts that have been placed in us are needed now for such a time as this. So it's okay that you let it burn. It was necessary. But now it's time to rise. All right. See you there.